So we are currently back home, and what we're going to be working on today is going through our shipping container here behind me, because now that Spencer has that whole spot cleared for it in the mountains, we're going to be just doing the whole process of getting this ready to ship there. And the reason why, there's a couple reasons. The first one is because it has everything for the cabin. It has all of the flooring, all of the kitchen, like the cabinetry and everything, the air conditioning units, I'm sure a ton of other things I'm not thinking of right now, but also it will allow us to have a place to store our things there, because right now we don't have any space to put anything besides the camper, which is very small. So we need a place to protect our stuff inside, away from the elements. It's so crazy because I feel like I in particular have tried to go through this slowly over time and donate stuff, and it just seems like it's growing.
Yeah, it's the blob. Yeah, I know. Looking inside, it's very daunting, and it's something that you want to procrastinate on, but we don't have any time to procrastinate.
Yeah. You have something in your teeth.
I have what?
Something in your teeth.
Oh, God.
Right here. I couldn't focus on what you were saying. All I could focus on was this tomato.
The spinach in my teeth.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness it's at least cloudy right now, because it's very hot. You can tell. Turn around. My shirt. You are so sweaty already. But look what Spencer just found. I think my dad got me this for Christmas years ago.
Yeah, when we first started YouTube.
Like, how cute. I love you, Dad. I feel like I need to wear it.
I was going to say, you're going to start wearing it?
I think I need to. Here, let me put it on. I just look like a walking billboard. Why do you just have random chains just sitting around?
It's a tie you did.
The old ball and chain. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I have to hurry. The guy just got here to pick up our shipping container and to start bringing it to the mountains, and you guys are never gonna believe it's actually the same guy that delivered our cabin. He's charging more this time, which is understandable, but yeah, it's the same exact guy. So I'm so excited to get this there, and hopefully this delivery goes smoother than the last one. Baby, what is going on?
So, you think that it's probably around 18,000 pounds, maybe a little bit more.
Is that a problem?
Like I should probably wait.
Oh god. So what's going on?
Well, it rained last night. It's been dry obviously here, but it rained last night, and
Like
the ground,
torrential downpour.
yeah, and so the ground is too wet combined with the weight of the container, so the weight is a little bit heavier. He's guessing 18,000 pounds, 20,000 pounds, somewhere in there, which is roughly the ballpark I thought it was.
Yeah,
but the issue is he didn't know he was just told it was another tiny home. So I'm sure
Did it have a bunch of stuff
they
in
probably
it?
just used the same billing as last time because they labeled it as a tiny home. So that's probably the confusion.
So he was frustrated with that.
Yeah, he didn't know it was a
Right.
loaded container. But when he looked in it at first, he seemed like it wasn't going to be a big deal.
But once he started having issues.
Yeah, and then you could tell he got frustrated. Which understandable, but yeah.
No, I get it.
Communication error.
Okay. So, what do we need to do?
So, since the weight's an issue, without getting a full-on semi, which will cost probably twice as much.
It'll cost probably twice as much, and then also I would be a little bit more concerned about a semi getting up there. I know you're not, but we know that this guy has gone up before, so we know that he can do it, where I don't want to run into an issue with like a semi not being able to, or then being stuck or something.
Right.
So I'd rather use him since he's like done it before.
Yeah, familiar with it. So we're gonna have to get a U-Haul, unload as much as we possibly can, and then pretty much drive that out. So I guess I'll drive that and you'll drive the truck. And so drive that out, and then he'll come and pick that up and take it. So the weight shouldn't be an issue at that point.
I really hope not, because then we'll have paid for a container delivery and a U-Haul, which we're paying for the U-Haul, whether or not he can take it.
Right.
It's always something.
Yeah. I'm just glad he was still like
Willing to do it. Right.
And not just like someone else's problem.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. This is not looking good. The whole reason the delivery couldn't happen the other day was because the ground was wet, because we had just gotten a ton of rain, and that combined with the weight of the container was why it was thought that it couldn't happen. So we had some nice weather. We got the U-Haul, we took a ton of stuff out just so that that would not be the issue this time. And it just started pouring. And the most frustrating part about this is that the container should have already been gone. It's been pushed back later and later today. So now, I don't know if it's gonna happen again today, and we've rented a U-Haul, so yeah. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's kind of hard right now. And it shows rain for like the rest of the week. The last 2 days have literally been beautiful too. Hey guys, so Ken's from the future here. So much is about to happen in this footage, and there's actually a lot of parts of the story that are missing. So I just wanted to pop on here and try to explain it and make it all make sense, because obviously I wasn't out there filming because it was pouring rain, and Spencer, you'll see, was very busy. He definitely had his hands full, to say the least. So when the driver showed up, he went to back up his trailer to the container and he immediately got stuck. So to try to avoid this happening, what Spencer had done is he had cut all of the grass in front of the container just to help it dry out. but he pulled too far past the cut area into the high grass, and that is where he got stuck. Initially, Spencer tried pulling the driver out with our truck, but the driver just ended up sinking his truck now down to the axle. To get unstuck, he then tried to attach his winch to our shipping container, and when he did that, he ended up just pulling our shipping container off of the blocks that it was on and into the mud. Spencer then ran and grabbed some chains to extend the winch to try to reach a pine tree that was nearby, and luckily they were just in reach and he was able to pull himself out that way. So now that he was out, it was time to finally try to get the shipping container onto the trailer. So the way that he normally does this is he'll pretty much just go and back up and ram his trailer up and under the container, and then he will winch the container on the rest of the way. But because it was so wet, he couldn't get enough traction to get up and under the container. So what they did is, while the driver slowly backed up his trailer up under the container, Spencer operated the winch to help pull it up onto it. They were just having to rely way more on the winch than normal and hoping that the combined effort between the two would get the container onto the trailer. Then, as the container was being pulled up, the winch died, and the driver didn't have the battery for the winch wired to his truck, so Spencer had to get our truck and charge the battery in order to be able to operate the winch and get the container up. Eventually, they got the shipping container onto the trailer, and the driver started to try to pull away, and his wheels immediately started to slip. So he stopped, and what ended up happening was the shipment company that actually connected us with the driver sent out a mini excavator and pulled his truck and the container out onto our driveway. Like, we wouldn't have been able to do it without that. So thank you guys if you're watching. But it's so funny looking back, because it's so crazy how many things went wrong and how much effort had to go into doing this. Like, who knew it would be so difficult to ship a shipping container?
I'm going to go meet the driver. Oh, and there's a tree hanging over our road now. Luckily, it's just sagging there in place, not blocking the road. So we gotta deal with that later, and also hopefully it doesn't cause an issue for him getting through. Man, if it's not one thing, it's another. My God, it made me nervous. Oh, beautiful.
I cannot believe it's here.
last obstacle to overcome. It popped off the trailer. I cannot wait for this to be over.
You see it? There she is. Not exactly in the center of the clearing, but she's here. Can you believe it's here?
Can't.
Well, this one at least went more smoothly than the last delivery, right?
It did. I mean, it had its own challenges, but not nearly as
eventful.
Eventful, yeah. On the property, that's when the problems kind of arose. So this is relatively flat, and it's not flat at all. It's
as flat as you're gonna get here.
Yeah, as flat as you're gonna get. He goes to drop it off in this clearing that I had made for him, and well, everything's going good, starts dropping it, and of course something had to have happened. The container wanted to hop off of the trailer just due to the tilt of the trailer on the slope and everything like that, so it wanted to pop over his railing, and that kind of created a whole world of trouble trying to raise and lower it and put blocks in strategic spots just to get the container off. So
that's why it's not in the middle of our clearing here.
Yeah, I could have had him probably winch it over some more, and then I was just ready to call it a day. So that's why it's not standing on the actual corners or anything like that right now, which I'll take care of. So a few more things have shifted around just with the whole popping off of the trailer. Some more boxes and some of my metal that was stashed underneath is slid about, but it's the solar panels back there that I'm worried about.
Well, upon a very quick inspection, everything seems to be okay. We won't really know until we get this thing leveled out and kind of organize everything just to make sure that the solar panels are all right. But like I said, so far, stuff is just falling over. So far, everything looks okay, and I don't know, I'm really glad that it's here. In my eyes, this was a success, but I'm just glad that we now have a place to be able to store stuff, just in general, but also for winter, because before we know it, winter will be here. Ready or not, which we're not.